Well, hello there and welcome back to the shed. It's been a little while since I made any videos, and I've been inundated with almost 3 requests for some more footage, and so here's where I'm at. PMR4 is right next to me, and right now I'm engaged in making custom studs and nuts for most of the assembly, and I'll be shooting some video of that and posting it. It's not earth-shattering stuff by any means. This is really all just for the look of the thing. This I think will just look nicer than using the normal machine screws that come with the kit. So I've got that underway, but as well as that I've been distracted by some wood bothering experiments. I got fed up with not having bases for the few engines that I've completed, so on Black Friday I picked up a router, and I've been experimenting with that for making simple bases for engines, and that's gone very well. This is an engine I finished in 2016. This is an Elmer number 14, fun engine to build, and so I've just recently made this base for it, which just helps finish it off. And I also made a base for my PM Research number 1, and I will insert some pictures of that right here. And I'm very happy with how that turned out. So this, of course, has now given me a boost and made me think that perhaps I have the ability to actually make other things out of wood. So I have been picking up bits of rough sawn oak, and I am going to attempt to make a small tool chest. I once bought one from Grizzly some years ago, I think back in about 2008 or 9. And there's a nice little chest, but they don't make them anymore, and nobody else makes anything like it either. So I could go to a carpenter and have something made. I've done that before, or just make do. But by far the more sensible option is to spend a great deal of money on new equipment and have a go at making it yourself. So I'm going to have that going, and at the same time the domestic authority requires a bench on the in the entryway of our house for putting on and taking off shoes, and what better way to get a bench than to make one, weld up a frame, plane and shape a bit of wood for the top and varnish that, and hand make some scroll work to go in it. So that sounds to me like a far better approach at obtaining that item than buying one for cheap from IKEA and watching the thing fall apart before your eyes. So I've got all these projects going on, and I'm going to shoot a little bit of footage of each one and publish videos as I go, and the videos will just be a mishmash, and that's all there is to it, and I don't care. That's what we're doing. So please follow along, because that's the whole point of Shednanigans, is to be doing multiple projects of different kinds. It's all about just making things and having some fun. Steam engines are kind of my number 1 passion in that regard, but I like to just try other things as well. So I hope you enjoy my journey. In the meantime, to my fan, thanks very much, and hope everyone is well and safe and having some fun themselves. Bye for now. This is a simple design for a steel frame for a bench for sitting on to put your shoes on, which I'm going to put in the entryway of my house. It's made to use 3/4 inch pipe for the bulk of the frame, and 3/8 inch pipe just for this rail at the bottom. And then the scrolls I intend to make out of 1/8 inch thick steel, which I will form using a simple jig that I've made, and I'll show you how that works. Anyway, I modelled it up in SolidWorks because I model everything in SolidWorks. That way I keep track of what it is I'm actually making. I can't
keep track of things in my head as well as some people. So first stage is to go and cut some of this steel up, miter the corners, cope the ends of these pieces, and then we'll tack it up and weld it together. So off to the bandsaw. Okay, bandsaw is set up at 45 degrees. I've cut most of the top frame pieces of pipe, so I'm just going to finish cutting this one. Get that the hell out of the way. Alrighty. There we go. Nice 45 degree cut. So we'll see how that matches up with the other pieces. Well, there we are. There's the collection of pipe, and I was test fitting these earlier on, and everything looks reasonable there. Let's get in the way. It should work out well. 4 legs, 1 long crossbar, 2 short ones, and all of these need to be coped, which is what we shall do next. Alright, to the mill. Here at the mill, quick look at the setup. So a stop block to put the legs up against to reference a position, and prior to this I found center line by touching off on each side of the pipe, and by touching off on the end to find the length. So now I've got the mill set up so that I can quickly work through all 4 legs and cope the ends. Now the idea is to partially cope through, turn 90 degrees and then partially cope through to make a tube end that fits on the mitered joint of the top frame. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I've got a hardened steel hole saw, really good quality hole saw. It's high-speed steel end on it actually, hardened and ground, and this cuts through carbon steel very nicely indeed. So let's give it a try. The diameter of the hole saw is just very slightly bigger by like a 32nd of an inch than the OD of the pipe, so that allows everything to fit up well for welding. Now I'm going to run the mill at the slowest speed, which I think is 80 RPM, and this should make short work of this. I think that's good. I don't want to go all the way through because I want to leave 2 legs here for to make the cope joint really nice. Now what I'm going to do is rotate this 90 degrees, and I'm just doing it quite crudely using a square and block on this, using that edge to reference it. But this is not a particularly precision feature. Just has to be good enough. Oops. The e-stop is activated, by the way. Don't need this turning on right now. Mind you, a little bit of safety controversy might get me some viewers. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Now you can see the cross tubes come in this way, and these kind of finish the joint on the outside. Anyway, I've got a couple more of these to make, so I'll do that and then we'll take a look and see how they fit up on the mitered joint. Okay, so here's a mitered joint, not yet welded. This is just to demonstrate the point of the coping. Nice fit there, which will help when I come to weld it. And this is the coped end. See how it's got two ears that are longer than the others, just because of the way I partially coped through. And the reason for that is so that it fits nicely here, and that gives a nice fit up for welding, and I think should look nice on the finished item. So that's that, and that's it for this particular video. Don't want to make them too long. Next time I'll show welding of this frame and take a look at the wood top for it. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. See you again soon, and bye for now.